A presentation of Truth and Life Institute, Boston, Massachusetts, and Oba, Nigeria. The following is a subsection of the book, Save Yourself from Your Wealth and the Lure of Wealth, written and published by Ifeanyi Chukwujima, scriptural scientist and a servant of God, and by Dr. Ifena Chukwujima, doctor of pharmacy. This subsection's ID is Save Yourself 4:6. Be inspired by the women before you who placed their trust in God and left behind a good testimony about God's righteousness. There is a girl whose life I have watched closely, which only confirms to me that God had written the laws of life in the heart of every human being, and that every one of us knows what is right and does it because they know it from God who wrote it on their heart. Bright and all, this girl finished college early and got a job soon after, and started helping her parents pay the bills so the rest of her siblings could finish school also. It took another 4 years before her first brother joined her in helping their family through the difficult times. When her brothers started helping their family, the girl immediately withdrew from financially supporting the family and started working on her own future. The household never had any conversations about her withdrawal of financial support to the family or what else she was doing with her money. Eventually, her two younger brothers finished college and started working as well. They, in turn, joined forces with their older brother to finance the business ideas they put together as a family. The three boys decided that their sister is a financial partner with them in these ventures, even though they were not asking her to contribute to the ventures financially. That she is different from them and will marry out of their family someday is the brothers' rationale for including her in everything they are working together on. They are essentially allowing her to save her own money towards her future life away from their family, to make sure she brings something to her marriage off the back, instead of coming into the marriage as a financial liability to the marriage when she had the opportunity to do better. And by creating a space for her in their ventures, she knew they got her back if, and when, she and her husband need help. The brothers realized that once she leaves their family, whatever decisions she makes in her life becomes between her and whoever she marries. That whatever they do for her now is the surest way they can positively impact her life over the long haul. They are diligent about this, and their sister greatly appreciates their generous allowance for her because they routinely talk about these matters now that they are all grown up and are looking forward to their respective future lives. This only confirms the Bible, that training a child in the way they should go throughout their younger years unfailingly makes them remember to do good when they become adults. Living in obedience to the Word of God at the time you are raising your children is the most effective way to help your children learn to do what is right and just. See the diagram below. Figure 1. Like mother, like daughter. Ezekiel 16:1-43, 44, 45-63. And like father, like son. Genesis 17 verses 1-27. Genesis 18:17, 18, 19 NIV. Then the Lord said, "Shall I hide from Abraham what I am about to do?" 18 Abraham will surely become a great and powerful nation, and all nations on earth will be blessed through him. 19 For I have chosen him, so that he will direct his children and his household after him to keep the way of the Lord by doing what is right and just, so that the Lord will bring about for Abraham what he has promised him. Not even the strong, ungodly sentiments in today's media and schools are strong enough to take off course grown-ups who are nurtured in the Word of God until they become adults. The Word of God never fails. Now, being nurtured in the Word of God does not mean belonging to a religion and regularly attending religious events. See the diagram below. Being nurtured in the Word of God means taking seriously every command of God in the Bible and striving daily to live in accordance with every one of them. Taking seriously every command of God in the Bible and striving daily to live in accordance with every one of them is the only way a human being testifies before God, mankind, and the angels of God that God is eternally righteous. John 15:27. Figure 2. Life is not what any political government or world system tells you that life is. Life is everything God says that life is. Obey God and live. or continue in your worldly knowledge and destroy yourself and your family forever. We all have a choice to make. I realized that God had directly taught these brothers and their sister what God had, through his apostles, commanded all human beings in 1 Corinthians 7 verse 30 about wealth. What I mean, brothers and sisters, is that the time is short. From now on, those who have wives should live as if they do not. 30, those who mourn, as if they did not. Those who are happy, as if they were not. Those who buy something, as if it were not theirs to keep. 31, those who use the things of the world, as if not engrossed in them. For this world in its present form is passing away. 1 Corinthians 7 verses 29 to 31 NIV. It was God who, in the beginning, designed and commissioned for a man to leave his parents and be united with his wife and become no longer two, but one flesh with her. Genesis 2 verses 18 to 25. Then a little more than 2,000 years ago, God sent Christ's apostles to all human beings with the following warnings about marriage. Because of the present crisis, I think that it is good for a man to remain as he is. 27. Are you pledged to a woman? Do not seek to be released. Are you free from such a commitment? Do not look for a wife. 28. But if you do marry, you have not sinned, and if a virgin marries, she has not sinned. But those who marry will face many troubles in this life, and I want to spare you this. 29. What I mean, brothers and sisters, is that the time is short. From now on, those who have wives should live as if they do not. 30. Those who mourn, as if they did not. Those who are happy, as if they were not. Those who buy something, as if it were not theirs to keep. 31. Those who use the things of the world, as if not engrossed in them. For this world in its present form is passing away. 32. I would like you to be free from concern. An unmarried man is concerned about the Lord's affairs, how he can please the Lord. 33. But a married man is concerned about the affairs of this world, how he can please his wife. 34. And his interests are divided. An unmarried woman or virgin is concerned about the Lord's affairs. Her aim is to be devoted to the Lord in both body and spirit. But a married woman is concerned about the affairs of this world, how she can please her husband. 35. I am saying this for your own good, not to restrict you, but that you may live in a right way in undivided devotion to the Lord. 36. If anyone is worried that he might not be acting honorably toward the virgin he is engaged to, and if his passions are too strong and he feels he ought to marry, he should do as he wants. He is not sinning. They should get married. 37. But the man who has settled the matter in his own mind, who is under no compulsion, but has control over his own will, and who has made up his mind not to marry the virgin, this man also does the right thing. 38. So then, he who marries the virgin does right, but he who does not marry her does better. 39. A woman is bound to her husband as long as he lives. But if her husband dies, she is free to marry anyone she wishes, but he must belong to the Lord. 40. In my judgment, she is happier if she stays as she is, and I think that I too have the Spirit of God. 1 Corinthians 7 verses 26 to 40 NIV. And this was after Jesus Christ himself proclaimed the same to his apostles. Jesus replied, Moses permitted you to divorce your wives because your hearts were hard. But it was not this way from the beginning. 9. I tell you that anyone who divorces his wife, except for sexual immorality, and marries another woman commits adultery. 10. The disciples said to him, If this is the situation between a husband and wife, it is better not to marry. 11. Jesus replied, Not everyone can accept this word, but only those to whom it has been given. 12. For there are eunuchs who were born that way, and there are eunuchs who have been made eunuchs by others, and there are those who choose to live like eunuchs for the sake of the kingdom of heaven. The one who can accept this should accept it. Marriage has not changed one bit since God created marriage. Marriage remains God's most important human institution, which was designed by God for human salvation. Genesis 2 verse 24. Without God's creation of the woman, there would be no marriage. Genesis 2 verses 18 and 20. And without marriage, there would not be salvation for any human being. Ephesians 3 verses 9 to 11. Ephesians 5 verses 26 to 28. So, till the end of time, marriage remains the lifesaver that God had created marriage to be. It is the men and women who come together in marriage that degraded their respective unions and put a great smear on marriage. 1 Corinthians 7:28 NIV. Those who marry will face many troubles in this life, and I want to spare you this. Using what God had created to save each of us from sin to now convict ourselves of sins makes no sense at all. But that is exactly what the societies of the world are doing by ignoring the word of God and legislating marriage whichever way they wanted. And God guarantees us that we will each account to Him for our every action in life, especially pertaining to marriage, Matthew 19, verse 6 NIV. So they are no longer two, but one flesh. Therefore, what God has joined together, let no one separate.